Hey you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, and I am still stranded in Cleveland. The car still at the dealership. Tried calling earlier, was unable to get a hold of my representative, so hopefully things are going smoothly. I haven't heard anything one way or the other. Usually if there's a problem they call you, at least that's what I'm telling myself right now, so that I can actually not worry myself to death. Yeah, the day must go on. This is the Carpetbagger Choose My Adventure road trip, and even though we're not able to leave Cleveland, we will continue to adventure. So I'm gonna look to try to grab something to eat. Just walking down the hill here from my hotel, see if I can find some food, and then maybe we can hop an Uber to a attraction here in Cleveland and continue this adventure. So please follow me. At least here in Ohio, you can count on there being a Bob Evans on every corner. Another picture here of the legendary man himself, Mr. Bob Evans. So today I went with the breakfast option, got the Southwest avocado omelet. You can see it's got a big glob of guacamole there on top, or maybe just like mashed avocado, and then it's got like beans and corn on the inside. Let's dig in here to our omelet there. Very good. Always a big fan of the Bob Evans breakfast. Good stuff. All right, got our Uber ordered. Just stand here and wait for it to show up and take us to our destination. So I had my Uber driver drop me off here at the Christmas Story house. Yes, the central location for the 1983 movie, A Christmas Story. It was filmed here in Cleveland, in this neighborhood here. If you look around, just a normal residential neighborhood. The scenes using the house were filmed out here. The story took place in Indiana, but was actually filmed here in Cleveland. The entire movie wasn't filmed here, but the actual physical house is here in Cleveland. It was purchased years ago and converted back to look like it did in the movie. And as you can see from this sign here, it's actually currently for sale. So you can actually own the Christmas Story house if you so desire. I was doing some looking online, and apparently there is a group of people trying to purchase the house currently. It's actually a group of fans of the Christmas Story house that want to take over ownership of this house. They do give tours of the inside of the house. There is a museum across the street. Apparently that's where you buy tickets to actually get in and view the house. Okay, it looks like we go over here to get our tickets at the gift shop. And just check out this massive gift shop here. All the classic hats here from the movie, of course, took place in the Midwest during the winter, so all the kids had to have their warm hats on. Each had their own trademark hat. This is Schwartz's stocking cap. There's this hat as a takeoff of the pink bunny suit that Ralphie is forced to wear on Christmas Day. Have the triple dog dare hat there. This is Randy's hat and scarf. This is Flick's hat. This is an interesting like aviator style hat with the goggles on it. And then this hat is the one that the Christmas elf wore while Ralphie was visiting Santa. With the disturbing like angry elf with a bell that like hung right in his face for some reason. Of course, a popular seller here is the bunny suits themselves, the giant pink bunny onesies you can wear and be like Ralphie on Christmas morning. Of course, the primary plot of the movie was Ralphie wanting to get a Daisy Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas, and they actually do sell the Red Ryder BB guns here at the shop. I would purchase one, but I'm afraid I would accidentally shoot my eye out. This really takes things to the extreme with the pink bunny costume. You have the pink bunny tree. It is pink. It is covered in Ralphie's, wearing the pink bunny suit. It even has a pair of pink bunny ears itself. You can see the Bumpus hounds, the hound dogs that belong to the next door neighbor that would raid the house and steal the family turkey, forcing them to go to a Chinese restaurant on Christmas Day. And there we have probably one of the most iconic sights from the movie. The father, known as the Old Man, received an award from his work, and it was a sexy lady's leg made into a lamp, which he loved, but the mother did not like having the sexy lady leg in the window of the house. In addition to selling the replicas of the leg lamps, they actually have Nightmare Before Christmas inspired leg lamps as well. You have Jack there, and then Sally over in front of the window. Now this is a major bummer here. They have actually a Zoltar style penny smasher in the form of Ralphie in his rabbit suit. It says Pink Nightmare there. You could see Ralphie there. Normally you'd be able to put $1 and print out one of these onto a penny. Either Ralphie with soap in his mouth, Randy laying in the snow, the leg lamp, or the Bumpus hounds. But unfortunately, you see there's a big out of order sticker. It's actually also, I just noticed the actual housing of the character is actually colored like the house. And you can actually buy yourself a copy of the movie if you still choose to use DVDs. They also sell the little-known sequel to Christmas Story, My Summer Story. This was a direct sequel. They had a different cast. They had all new cast, but it was created as a sequel to A Christmas Story, showing like a summer vacation style movie. Does not look like they do not have Christmas Story 2, the infamously terrible sequel. I've never seen it, but I've never heard one single good thing about it. And then recently we had another sequel come out, A Christmas Story that is not out on DVD yet. And then this looks like it's maybe like a behind-the-scenes documentary, The Untold Christmas Story. As I travel to different gift shops, one thing I'm starting to appreciate is impractical coffee mugs. This is, I don't want to break this, this is a coffee mug where you can drink out of the Fragile box, holding on to the leg lamp. Just imagine getting up and drinking coffee out of this. Glug, glug, glug. Also, an impractically shaped shot glass here, a little leg lamp shot glass. Alright, so purchased our tickets to tour the house. People are lining up here on the street, getting ready for the next tour, which begins in just a few moments. Alright, heading into the house.
Make yourselves comfortable wherever you guys would like. Thank you. Thank you. Which, by the way, videotaping's fine, but this part that I'll be doing while I'm standing up here, I'd ask that part doesn't go online, though you can still video.
And here we are. It's like Christmas morning
and if anybody does feel like they need to take a seat, feel free.
That's really
old man's red chair and sing something
really cool. You can see, oh look, yeah, there's the Red Ryder BB gun right there. It's already been opened. Now the guide was explaining most of the scenes in the house actually were filmed on a soundstage, but some actually were filmed in this very house. And he said the way to tell if a scene was filmed in the house is if you can actually look out the window and see the neighborhood as we look out there. So yeah, the scenes where you can see out the windows were actually filmed in this house. And of course you got that classic leg lamp glowing in the window there. You can see here running from underneath the tree, of course you got those classic old school Christmas lights, but if you follow the cord to the plug, that is a very terrifying sight there. Alright, let's peek upstairs here. Have the telephone here. Let's pick that up. And you can actually hear the phone call where a child gets beaten. And Ralphie says he learned a swear word from him. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. It's very violent. Here's Ralphie and Randy's room here. You can see has the science fiction posters up, Invasion of the Saucer Men. See the old blocks, old Monopoly board. Oh, what is this? Spells out Bumpus. Bumpus. Oh, and then Randy and Ralphie there. Here on the writing desk, you could see Ralphie's glasses and the essay he wrote for school where he got a C+ when he was talking about wanting the Red Ryder BB gun, and the teacher told him, "You'll shoot your eye out." Jen actually has the same King Kong poster hanging in her dining room. There's the old comic books there, Alice in Wonderland. One of the only rules here at the Christmas Story house, please keep off the bed. No jumping on the bed. Really love this old school Wizard of Oz poster. See the bathroom here where Ralphie famously had his mouth washed out with soap. The tour guide said, please do not put the soap in your mouth. But looking at this bar of soap, I think this has been in people's mouths. I think I can see little teeth marks all over. I'm sure this has been in someone's mouth at some point. Please do not use toilet is strictly for display purposes only, not for pooping. It actually does have water in it, just interestingly enough. It's the Orphan Annie decoder ring where Ralphie waits for it, finally gets it, and uses it to decode the message. And all it says is, be sure to drink your Ovaltine, which I think is some sort of chocolate beverage that no longer exists. Now there actually is an apartment in here that you can rent out and stay in, so you don't get to sleep necessarily in Ralphie's bed, but an apartment is right here, so that enters into a different apartment with it as modern conveniences you can stay in during the evenings here when the tours are not going on. Here's a classic photo op here, the Fragile box, where the old man says, Fragile must be French, and opens up his leg lamp. See the old kitchen here, dining room table where they'd have the infamous mashed potato eating scene, the old refrigerator there. And then they got their Christmas turkey here in the oven that would be stole by the Bumpus's dogs. I guess that's actually a wax turkey right there.
Come on out, everybody. Make yourselves comfortable wherever you want.
The shed in the backyard is actually where Ralphie fights off Black Bart and his gang as the gang's crawling over the shed, and he's shooting them dead with his Red Ryder BB gun in his like fantasy sequence. It's that's the same shed. All right, so now that we've seen the house, we get to go across the street and are allowed to visit the Christmas Story Museum. Greeted by the lamp once again. So here it is, the focus of the whole movie, the Red Ryder BB gun. It says it was 6 were actually used in the movie, and this is one of those 6 actually used. You can see Ralphie there holding the gun. You see the mother's robe worn by the actress Melinda Dillon. And then these are some props used in the kitchen scene. These are actually used in the movie. And there's some of the Life Buoy soap. This was the brand used that was placed in Ralphie's mouth. And here is the book that this movie was based on. The book not called A Christmas Story. The book is actually called In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. You can see these classic burglar uniforms worn by the criminals as they crawled over Ralphie's shed. He had to fight them off with his Red Ryder BB gun. Now this is crazy. I did not know about this. This is a scene that was cut from the movie. Apparently the studio ordered that the movie only be 90 minutes long, so a lot was actually cut from the movie. And there was a scene where Ralphie, using his Red Ryder BB gun, rescues Flash Gordon here. And even though that's not in the movie, they do have the costumes here. The Flash Gordon costume, and this is the Ming the Merciless costume. That's pretty crazy. I wonder if you can actually view that scene somewhere. Here are the waiters' uniforms from the Chinese restaurant they went to because the Bumpus dogs ate their turkey. Down here we see some of the gags used in the classroom scene, the chattering teeth in the teacher's drawer, as well as the fake teeth that the children wore to play a prank on the teacher. Here are outfits worn by the little brother Randy. You can see infamously when he was wearing his winter coat, he could not put his arms down. So when he was knocked down, he had to just lay there like a lump to protect himself from the bullies. And the bib worn during the mashed potato scene, where he eats mashed potatoes like a pig. Here's Peter Billingsley's outfits. He was the actor that played the main character, Ralphie. You can see his outfits there. See his hat and his gloves. You can see they actually do have quite a bit of clothing from the movies. There's Schwartz's hat. He wore the long, super long hat. And then Flick's aviator cap there from the movie. Apparently these toys here were featured in the movie. In the window display at the Higbee's department store, all these toys were in the window. We have the old man's jacket worn by actor Darren McGavin. And then there is Darren McGavin's life mask. Here are the bullies that tormented Ralphie. This is the hat worn by Scut Farkas. It's like a raccoon cap. It actually looks like it has, the front is like a fox's face. And then Grover Dill's little patty cap there. The two infamous bullies. They really were scary. I remember seeing that as a kid and being intimidated by the bullies. You can see all the fan art here, art inspired by the film. There's like garbage pail, kids style artwork. Oh, there's the leg lamp. It's some sort of one-eyed alien. Is that Ralphie as the Punisher? Now, as I mentioned before, you can actually rent a night in the house. You stay in a separate area. I've tried to do it before, but for one, it's very expensive, about $600 a night in the off season, and it's almost always booked. So yeah, hard to find a night open in the Christmas Story house. You can, however, rent a night in the Bumpus house next door. That's the house that was full of hound dogs in the movie. But I don't think the house itself was actually shown. It was just identified as the house next door to the family's house. But yeah, you can rent that and stay next door to the Christmas house. Just heard that tour guide say, if you rent this house on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, it'll set you back a cool $7,000. So yes, a wonderful piece of movie history, of Christmas history here in Cleveland. Although I did want to address one issue that has come up recently, and that is, growing up, I loved this movie. I saw it when I was very young with my family. Enjoyed it quite a bit, and always revered it as a true holiday classic. But I know I've heard from some people that they saw it later in life as adults and did not get it. It didn't click with them. I don't know. I feel like it's a really interesting case when it comes to movies. There was actually, and I think they still do, where they will play the movie in 24-hour loops on, I think it was TBS, during Christmas time. Originally this movie was apparently a box office bomb. It didn't pick up popularity until it was released on TV or on video later. But I think it kind of ran the point of people feeling like it was overexposed. It went from like a cult classic to a mainstream classic to a mega classic, and it just seems like there's nowhere in between. As people absolutely adore the movie, or people just don't seem to get it, or think that it's overblown. I wonder if people that grew up where it was being played so often, if they just immediately rejected it because it felt like it was being shoved down their throat. So I ask you guys, leave an opinion in the comment section. Do you love Christmas Story? Do you think it's overblown? Did you watch it later in life? Did you not? Did you enjoy it when you watched it? Have you learned to love it? Have you learned to hate it? Give me some feedback in the comment section. I do have to wonder. You know, it is for sale. So will it continue to serve as the purpose that it is now? Will it continue being an attraction, or will it? You know, it could be sold and it could go back to being a private residence. I think it probably lean more on the side of it probably remaining an attraction, but you know, you honestly don't know. So you know, the future's uncertain. Hopefully things turn out well. I really do love that they were able to preserve this house. I think it was originally purchased off eBay by its current owner, who then bought some of the other houses in the neighborhood and turned it into the popular attraction it is now. And it goes to show, you know, people are willing to buy a ticket to go see something from a movie they love. It just kind of reminds me of some of the other sites around the country, the other locations that they've handled differently. I know Walter White's house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, for Breaking Bad. The people live inside of it, and they hate when people come and look at it. There's signs saying that they not to stand on the sidewalk. They're angry. When I was there, of course, there was like a line of people showing up to see the house. So it's nice that this got to be, you know, it got to be sold and appreciated. I don't know what all these neighbors think about it. Maybe they love it, maybe they hate it, but it is great that it's something that fans can actually come in and enjoy in an official manner. They don't have to be like chased off. You know, you show up and try to snap a picture and some guy comes out waving a gun and yelling at you to get off his lawn. It's nice to be able to come and thoroughly enjoy the attraction. I know other houses out there, like it's maybe a little different situation with the Amityville Horror House. They tried to change the exterior to keep people from coming and taking pictures. You know, a lot of people, they just fight an uphill battle living in famous houses and constantly being tormented. I know the Goonies house in Oregon, they actually have, it was kind of a sad story because the people that owned it actually were really nice and allowed people to come see it, to come take pictures, and then people started taking advantage of it. People started showing up, demanding to go in the house, showing up at night, just being generally rude and terrible, until the family just had to completely shut it down, and they got completely sick of being harassed and had to shut things down. So yeah, it's really unfortunate because you know, but I do feel like you're always fighting that uphill battle when you live in a famous house. Of course, it is your house. You have a right to not be bothered, to be left alone, but at the same time, there's people that want to see it, people that that want to be involved with it. And I think this is one of the greatest examples of success when it comes to a filming location or a movie house. As the sun starts to go down a little bit, you can see that warm glow of the leg lamp in the window. Okay, I did call the car dealership, and they are currently working on my car. They said it's going to be ready here in about half an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and call an Uber and ride over there and hope for the best. All right, we've returned to Gainley Chevrolet. Time to check and see how the car's doing. They have returned the car to me. Looks like they actually gave it a little wash. The car's still dripping water, so I guess they give it a little spit shine for me before handing it back. And look, all my car trash is exactly where I left it. Left my chapstick in the car. I had chapped lips all night. There's nothing I could do about it. I couldn't even couldn't get in my car and go buy some chapstick, and just using an Uber to go buy a tube of chapstick. Well, that would just feel ridiculous. All right, let's get it fired up and see if everything works. The check engine light is not on. Everything looks normal. So it appears like the car is driving normally. Hopefully we can put this incident in the rearview mirror. Just a little $2,600 bump in the road, which in all fairness is less than half the price of staying overnight at the Christmas Story house on Christmas Eve. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me during this ordeal. I will try my best to keep this train on the tracks as we go. Of course, every journey is unpredictable. We never know what's gonna happen day to day. So I will do my best to keep on with this road trip. The second annual Carpetbagger Choose My Adventure road trip. Tomorrow morning I will be waking up. I will be looking at my phone and seeing which city has the most votes in the poll, and I will be getting in this car and driving to that city. I'll be spending the day in that city, and then you guys will vote on which city I will head towards after that, and we will keep on doing that until I need to be at Trans World for the Halloween convention. So thank you guys again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to be able to do this. And you know, for those of you that give to Patreon, for those of you that have purchased enamel pins, I thank you so much. You know, being able to handle situations like this, to not be able, you know, not be completely destitute and ruined in a situation like that. Your support means the world to me. So until next time, until tomorrow morning, this one's in the bag.